All right, let's do this. Let's take a little snow tour here. We are going to fire up once he gets up and running because he is out driving around in it. So let me know what you guys are seeing out there. We finally have about a ½ inch of snow on the ground here and just waiting to go. So as soon as he accepts. Here we go. We're going to approve.
Hey, I can.
There you are.
Hey, driving around a little bit. Right now I'm on King Road, just leaving the Safeway, and we've got about 1 inch on the ground, but it's still slushy, especially where the tire tracks are. I don't know if you can see that. It's not really icy. There's nobody behind me. I'll do a little brake test here. A little bit of a slide, but come to a stop. So the roads are really not that bad, to tell you the truth. Mostly just some slush right now. I'm a little disappointed. Was hoping for a little bit better show, but
sure, Matt,
drive around a little bit.
Okay, we'll keep it here real quick. Matt Sloan in Upper Vancouver, North Vancouver says 3 to 4 inches. Matt, I actually need you to send me a direct message. I got a couple questions for you, but yeah, look up. So it's, we know 26 is now locked up, especially going westbound is pretty much closed. Hi, Phil Welke on Hillsborough. Phil, what's it doing out there? I know you guys had snow a little bit earlier before we did, but yeah, 26 at Sylvan, going down toward the zoo is an absolute nightmare. It is completely blocked. Where have you been driving around? Just Milwaukee, or what other areas?
Oh, I just got on the road. Just left the Milwaukee Safeway. Heading eastbound toward Mount Scott right now. I could drive up that way and see, kind of with some elevation, maybe it's a little bit dicier. I've got some pretty good tires on this car.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
The Blue studless snow tires. Little plug there. They can pay me whenever they hear that. But yeah, I'm confident on this, so we can go wherever you want.
Yeah, why don't you head up toward Mount Scott? I think that'd be really cool. Just kind of get some elevation from Milwaukee. I know the east side of town has gotten hammered much more than the west side. West side, we're just anywhere from an inch to a dusting still. And looking at the radar, it's kind of coming down. So Matt Sloan says a C-Tran bus spun out and is blocking traffic on Leaser, slick on SR14. I know Steve Pierce was going to chime in here eventually with some other stuff, but this is pretty cool. So my buddy Tom Hawkins says he drove from Walker 217 to Shoals all the way to Progress Ridge. Everything is fine, slushy but decent. If it keeps up though and freezes, it might get tricky. That's what we're all thinking. It's probably going to freeze tonight, so tomorrow's could be an issue. And you can chime in anytime you want here. It's interesting here out on the west side. We had talked about in the first video I did where once it started snowing, it kind of took that east wind to kind of get everything going. So about 7:30 it kicked in. East wind kicked up, went from pretty much all rain to a rain-snow mix and then all snow within the course of maybe, gosh, I don't know, 15 minutes. So we're now coming up on, it's been snowing for just about an hour now. It looks like we have maybe a ½ inch. So, it's been pretty interesting, that's for sure. It looks like your friend Dave Ailing says you should be a TV station correspondent. Well, that's why we're kind of doing this, because some of the TV stations are live right now, but it's more fun with my friends because you guys actually know what you're talking about.
What's up, Dave Dog?
So how are the road conditions as you're now starting to climb up? What are you on? You're past 82nd. I'm trying to remember what the name of that road is that you're on right now.
I'm still on King Road. I'm approaching 82nd. A little bit of elevation above where we were now, where we were before. It's not quite as slushy, but I'm going to drop down just a tad bit to 82nd here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn left on 82nd. I'm going to go north up to where I can't remember the name of the road, but it's the one that basically drives straight up the west side of Mount Scott all the way up to the summit.
Yeah, the one they usually close when it starts snowing and gets icy.
Yeah, that one. So we'll see how far I can get.
Your friend Dave says, what's up, homie?
Dave, you got to come down to Portland. We get more snow than you this year.
Right, finally.
Dave lives up there in Seattle area, just in
nice.
Seattle. We were college buddies, and I haven't seen him in way too long. So I miss you, bud.
He says this show is too cool. I just don't know what it is.
I'll let you explain that,
weather. Yeah, it's two weather geeks talking weather. That's basically what it boils down to.
That's basically right.
Doug Freely says, are you going to travel Flavel or 112th?
I'm farther south than that right now. I'm not going to make it quite as far north as Flavel. I think it's, what's the name? It's Audi Road. Audi Road that goes straight up across 205, and then it turns into, I believe it's Lonsdale. No, it's not Lonsdale. I'll see the sign.
Okay.
Somebody spinning cookies in the parking lot up ahead of me there. I don't know if you saw that there. Was that in that truck? Yeah, there's a pickup truck. He's having a little bit of fun. I'm not going to be doing that.
That's fantastic. Right. What are you using to shoot your video here?
Right now, I'm just using my phone. It looks like it's focusing on the windshield, unfortunately. I'm going to try and fix that.
It is.
There we go.
I will say this from experience. It just takes some time where eventually it's you have to drive fast enough where it doesn't focus on the windshield wipers. But yeah.
Right. Yeah, I just got the phone stuck on a little sticky mount on the windshield.
That's really cool.
All right, so this light up ahead here, this is Audi Road. That's the road that goes straight up the side of Mount Scott. So we'll go check that out, see how that is.
Okay.
If it gets too dicey, I'll turn around. I don't want to screw anything up.
Oh, you can't. If it drops, it drops. Don't worry about that. I'll just continue on my own here until you either come back online or we find somebody else to talk to. But
Right.
As you're driving around, are you seeing any? What are the traffic situations like? Are there people out there, or what are the road conditions like?
There's a few people out. Traffic's lighter than normal on about 8:30 on a weekday evening. Well, it looks like most people went home and they've just kind of hunkered down.
Thankfully, they heeded the warning.
They did. Tonight's commute was amazingly easy.
It's funny. My brother-in-law, who everybody met last night, was Zorro, is a delivery driver, and he said basically getting from Portland up to North Portland and back home would take him probably an hour and a half usually. In moderate traffic tonight, did it in about 41 minutes.
Crossing I-205 right now on Audi Road. Looks like there's a Mini Cooper ahead of me having a little bit of trouble. It looks like they're bogging out right now. Is that a Mini? No, that's a Prius. I'm not surprised.
Perfect.
So they're having a little bit of trouble. Got a little bit of slippage right here, but it's not bad. I'm still crawling up the hill.
Okay.
While
you're doing that, real quick, one of your friends wants to know if you're driving your Ford Focus.
I don't own a Ford Focus anymore.
Okay, so no, you're not in the Ford Focus.
No, I'm not. No, I had somebody total that for me about a little over a year ago.
Okay. Real quick here, National Weather Service has just tweeted an updated timing and amounts for snow. People are still asking me if it's going to keep snowing. The answer to that is yes. National Weather Service says Portland metro area, the Gorge, Hood River, light snow continues to 11 p.m. Expect another 1 to 2 inches. Salem, the heavy snow will begin between 9 and 10 p.m. Total snowfall 1 to 4. Eugene and Corvallis after 11 p.m. Again, total snowfall amounts 1 to 4 inches.
So we've got a couple people pulled off on the side of the road. They're having some trouble getting up the hill. I'm slipping a little bit, so I got somebody coming down my side of the street here.
How deep would you estimate the snow is?
Looks like it's about 1.5 inches, maybe. Yeah, my car's struggling on this hill now. So I might have to, there's a down power line. Somebody hit a power pole right there, or looks like I don't know, some kind of a pole. I'm going to turn around and let you take a look at that.
Yeah, I want to see that. I was going to ask you, how much snow do you think has fallen?
I'd say there's about 1.5 inches on the road itself, and maybe 3 inches off the road. But yeah, so right in front of me here, I don't know if you can see this. There is a power pole and a power line hanging down right in front of me. You seeing that? Somebody hit that
I do see
pole
it,
and
yeah.
sheared it off, and the line is hanging down into the street right there.
Do
Looks
you
like
want to
it's
get off?
telephone.
You want to get off the phone here and call that in?
Oh, I'm sure somebody else has probably already called that in because there's still quite a few
All right.
vehicles coming through. I'm just gonna
Uh,
I'm gonna come down off this hill because it's getting a little sketch.
Sure. Real quick, looking at the radar returns, it looks like most of the main band of moisture has moved through the metro area. However, it looks like it's backfilling around Washington County up into Columbia County. Clark County, it looks like they're pretty much done with the snow right now. So Multnomah will have a little bit more, but I'm going to say most of the metro area for the next hour or so will have some more snow, and then it kind of peters out toward the back end. So I don't know. I just looked at the satellite, and it looks like that we're going to get clear and cold here probably once this moisture finally gets through. So whatever we have is sticking around. Maria is saying 0 snow in Canby. Maria, let me see where your guys are at, but you should be having snow if you don't have it already. And then Brandon was saying snowy night, or do you mean snowy night? And unfortunately, my mother sent me a text message, but I can't read it because I'm on my phone. So I'll have to wait for that. But yeah, still snowing out there. Interesting. There is a deformation zone, though. Looks like going between Corvallis and Eugene right now. It's just popping up on the radar that I'm finally seeing this. So that might be something to watch for here as they finally get into that cold air.
All right, Bobby, where'd you like me to go? You want me to go south down toward Gladstone? You want me to go north up toward
Let's have you go south toward Gladstone, because if we can get you into Gladstone, I'll be able to see what's happening in Canby. One of our people was saying that they hadn't seen much snow, so if you can possibly make your way down toward Gladstone, it'll give me a better idea of how much snow is on the ground, if they have anything headed to them by the time this whole thing is said and done.
I can do that. I'm going to jump on the freeway here in just a sec.
Fantastic.
Through Clackamas. It's a little bit icy underneath this.
Right.
Yeah, a bit slippery. Looks like I got a car over against the curb down here. Give him
nice.
a wiper.
My friend Kayla says she's out driving. Love it. Kayla, where are you right now driving around in it? Tara's watching in Vancouver. Hi, Tara.
And Bobby, if you want to throw up that link I gave you that shows my current position, I've got it set to update every 10 seconds. So you can throw that out there and people can see exactly where you're at.
Yeah, I can do that real quick here. Let me copy and paste it if I can find it.
Got a vehicle in front of me with no headlights on. Don't you love that?
That's smart.
Try and signal. Turn your damn headlights on. Idiots. They're everywhere.
Kayla says she's out driving by Cooper Mountain. Kayla, what's the conditions out there while you're driving around at Cooper Mountain? Don't text and drive, but when you get to a stop, let me know, please.
All right, coming down on I-205 right now. Whoa, down the curb. Whoa, hello.
Careful.
Holy crap, that's icy. All right. We're all good. So I'm going to keep it under 30. We've got traffic. Actually, it looks like traffic on 205 is doing about 30 miles an hour.
Okay, that's good.
Right about 30. So that's good. That's a comfortable speed. We're going to just stay right here doing, yeah, there's 30 right there.
Does everybody have their flashers on like that car in front of you?
A few people. One car in front of me does. It looks like there's another vehicle up ahead there. A semi-truck's got his flashers on too.
Awesome.
The freeway itself actually is just wet.
Okay, good.
There's too much traffic behind me to test that theory, so we'll just go with it's icy.
Smart.
Good default.
All right. When the chat loads here in just 1 second, I will throw the link up if you guys want to follow along to watch. You can follow us along in real time. It's really cool to see. I'm doing this as well. So, Jason Edwards says downtown Portland doesn't look too bad. Jason, I've heard that, but I've also heard that traffic is crazy on the overpass, especially leading up to the Fremont Bridge. So, yeah, maybe that didn't work. All right, that didn't work. I got to go back and find chat, reload it. It wants to get the link to this video that we're watching.
All right, so we're coming across. We're coming across right now behind the backside of Clackamas Town Center, 205 southbound. Looks like mostly people in bigger trucks who think they're impervious to this. They're the ones who are doing the full speed. I'm doing about 40 right now. I'm passing some people, but only the big trucks are passing me, the larger pickups.
Okay, good. Would you stop off at the exit and pick up some Chick-fil-A for me and bring it out to King City?
I already missed it. I'm sorry, buddy.
Oh, brutal. But thanks anyways.
Popeyes is better.
Popeyes is okay. I'm a bigger fan. I'm a bigger fan of Chick-fil-A, but that's just me. Okay, hold on here.
Just passed a couple of vehicles, had chains on.
Good, I'm glad. These people are heeding the warning, so let's see here.
All right, dropping down into Clackamas here, coming past the KEX transmitter towers.
Yes, they are. And 620, by the way. They're both on the same towers.
20 and 1190 KEX.
1190 and, 1190 KEX. And Rip City Radio M620, my two former stations.
That's correct.
Apparently so. 6 inches I'm hearing in either in Corbett, it looks like. Maria, if you're still watching, I'm seeing a report from Sammy that there's a half an inch or so in Canby. Can you confirm that you're getting that? Yes, 6 inches in Camas at 600 feet. So 6 inches of snow in Camas at 600 feet. All right, Sam says she's in Toffee Farms. Still looks some really good snow, though, coming in definitely from the west side. Moving down through downtown right now. Just kind of sitting there. So looks like there's a pretty heavy band right now on the Washington-Clackamas border. And then on the Washington County Yamhill border up in the hills. How the road conditions now as you're going down I-205 as you're getting toward Oregon City and Gladstone?
Just passing Clackamas exit right now. It's mostly wet. There's some slush down through the middle of the road and on the lane lines, but the tire tracks are just wet. Still going to just maintain 40 miles an hour. It looks like the freeway is really dead. I mean, there's nobody in front of me right now.
Good, that's good to know.
I see maybe 2 or 3 vehicles behind me, and that's about it.
Good. We're seeing Clifford is saying that it's messed I-5 northbound into Portland, which doesn't surprise me. It's one of those hot spots. And again, 26 inbound right at the zoo is completely stopped. I know K2 was live streaming the ODOT cameras there where it looked like there was a bus involved and a number of cars.
Oh, great.
So it's always fun, right?
Well, those buses, man, I tell you, they'll get you.
Every time. Every time. But we're thankful for TriMet because they do move a lot of people when the weather is not good.
That they do. Looks like the snow's picking up a little bit heavier down here to the south. It's
Okay.
coming down a bit more. I don't know if I'm catching up to that deformation band or not.
It looks like on the radar that you're right in the pulse of kind of a more of an elevated, darker green if you're looking on the COD radar, but it's right there. So yeah, you're on top of it, and we can see it now, on the camera.
About to come up on Gladstone here in about a minute.
All right. Why don't we have you get off there? I know there's a McDonald's and the Harley Davidson dealership. We'll have you turn around there and start work your way back toward Portland.
I was actually thinking maybe cut through Gladstone down to McLaughlin and then head
perfect.
back
Yeah.
up to Milwaukee that way.
Yeah, let's do that.
Give you
That's a great idea.
Give you a little bit of a loop there.
Perfect. My good friend Brian Bushlock says Sherry's in Westland should be open. Sherry's is open all the time. We love Sherry's. Sherry's a great place. Oh, it's not Wednesday, though, because they have free pie on Wednesdays, unfortunately. He goes, hey, if you want to hang out for another, couple of hours, you can swing into Sherry's and be like, hey, it's free pie Wednesday. Let me get some free pie. How much snow looks like to be on the ground down there right now?
Looks like about an inch, maybe an inch and about an inch.
Okay.
Just right about an inch off the sides of the road.
Nice.
Kind of hard to see where your lane is when all this snow is covering up the white lines.
Right? Use your best judgment, I believe is what it says.
I think once the road gets covered with snow, lanes don't matter anymore, right?
That is true. Just as long as you have a general idea where you are. So now it's making its way down toward Gladstone. Looking at the radar, again, the returns are still coming in pretty quick. Let's go ahead and refresh that because I want to get updated stuff on this. Amy, you're going to start seeing some snow in Corvallis here probably around 11 o'clock, probably 1 to 4 inches. My guess probably more on the end of 1, but we'll see. If anybody is seeing snow right now outside the metro area, please let me know. I'd love to see it. Love to hear about it. In terms of forecast, validation, or bus, where would you put this event right now?
Well, right now I'd say it's about on par with what they were forecasting, maybe a little under. I know they were saying snow might end somewhere around 9 o'clock, and if that's the case, then I'd say that the snowfall total underperformed for this area, but that's not really a shock.
Sure.
This area usually underperforms. But, yeah, I'd say we've got right here, I'm right in downtown Gladstone right now, and it looks like they've got right about 1 inch on the ground.
Okay. Are most of the roads covered except for the tire tracks?
Yeah, this road here, I'm not sure what the street I'm on is, but the farther west I get, the closer to the Willamette River, the more snow-covered it seems to be. I don't know if that's just due to more traffic, or I mean less traffic, or what the case is.
Interesting. Well, it looks like the radar is definitely starting to thin out. Definitely nothing left coming in from the coast that, again, we can see with the Portland radar. And the Portland radar might have some issues that if looking just at the last frame, if you were to go through and look at this, you'd think there's a massive cluster of severe thunderstorms on the Clackamas-Multnomah County border coming off of the foothills, but we know that's not true. So, again, probably some radar issues as they've been working on it. Portland radar was down for, probably 8 or 9 hours today, right in the middle when we needed it the most in terms of, seeing what moisture was coming in. But, man, glad at least it's back up now that we've had now, by my count, at least for almost an hour. So it's been good. Carrie Himple down in Salem. Carrie, it's not like you have all rain. You should be seeing some snow here hopefully in the next little bit. Hopefully you can get an inch out of it. That'd be great. And now you're happy on 99E.
Correct. I just turned off onto McLaughlin 99E, heading northbound back toward Milwaukee.
Fantastic. It's a very, outside the car dealerships, it's a very pretty drive.
It is. It's not a bad drive at all.
Up some hills, down some hills, up a couple hills, down a couple more hills. And then next thing you know, you're basically next to OMSI.
Basically.
Where would you rank this in, snowstorms, or would you even call this a snowstorm?
I would say it's a decent snowfall, but I wouldn't necessarily call it a snowstorm. Last winter, I would call that a snowstorm. Last January.
Sure.
That was quite spectacular. This seems to be more just a run-of-the-mill Portland snow dump, and I expect it to be mostly gone by tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, I do too. And then, I haven't had a chance to look at the model runs come in yet for tomorrow night into Thursday morning. But, gosh, if this underperformed that bad, I hope those models aren't underperforming that. But there's a pretty good chance it might. And if that's the case, then, maybe some snow in the air, and that's about it.
You mean for Saturday?
No, Thursday or Wednesday night into Thursday morning.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, what are the models showing for Saturday now? Because I know this morning they were showing an 11-inch dump of snow for Portland.
What model was that?
I believe that was the NAM.
Okay, let me pull it up. We'll walk through this together. Friend Susan Smith says, I have a friend's husband stuck on 26. She's at the airport. Hopefully he can get through that back up quickly and get out there to pick her up, but that does not surprise me. All right, the NAM is running, and it is out through hour 72, so let's do the math. That should put us into Saturday, so let's go ahead and take a look and see what it says.
I think 72 would put you about Thursday afternoon.
Possibly.
Wait,
Let's take a look.
Friday afternoon.
Yeah. But it's a 0Z, so let's see what the last frame is. 4 p.m. Friday. All right, let's just take a look and see what's happening. 1 a.m. stuff exiting the area. Nothing else coming in tonight. Shortwave drops down tomorrow morning off the coast at 7 a.m., but nothing in the valley. Then the next wave of precip comes in Friday at 4 o'clock, but it completely splits before it gets to Portland.
There's a shocker.
Right? So that's the NAM. Let's go see what our friend the GFS, which I think the GFS did pretty bad on this run. Let's see here. We'll go 4K. No, it's not even running yet. We're good. We'll wait on that. We can wait and see that tomorrow night. Or later on tonight when all the model runs get done. Where are you right now on 99E?
Right now I'm coming into Oak Grove. Kind of between Gladstone and Oak Grove, headed northbound.
Have you passed the bomber yet?
Jennings. not quite to the Bomber yet.
Okay.
Coming up on Rothy Road right here. It's
Gotcha.
where Rex Putnam High School is.
Radar still looks pretty good, like it's starting to dry out here, but there's still a lot of heavy showers going on. That deformation band that you were driving in just a minute ago is now finally sagged south of 205. It looks like there might be another one coming up over the West Hills. You'll probably run into it by the time you get into downtown Portland.
I'll take more. That's great.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. People are wanting to know what tomorrow's commute's going to be like. What would you think?
What do I think tomorrow's going to be like?
Yeah.
I think the road's going to be pretty icy in the morning. I think once this snow finally moves on out of here, it's going to clear off. Temperature's going to drop down into the mid-20s. And anything that's wet right now, like McLaughlin, is just going to ice up. And it's going to be pretty dicey. But once the sun comes up, I think a couple hours by 9, 10 o'clock, everything's going to melt out. And by the afternoon, the roads should probably be dry.
Right. I'm right there with you. And Marconi, thank you for the compliment. That means a lot. So let's see here. View local news. Portland, Vancouver, Salem. I know that some schools have made calls to close. Let's see if we have any updated ones going forward. Let's see here. Nothing yet. Ben Randall chiming in from the coast wants to know if we think the National Weather Service will drop their warnings and advisories once this slug of moisture gets going through. All right, looks like we do have some early closures coming in. Vancouver is closed tomorrow. Goes closed tomorrow. Battleground, 2 hours late. Camp closed. Everett closed. Hogginson, 2 hours late. 2 hours is closed. Let's see here. Nothing yet for Beaverton or any of the big metro Portland schools. So we'll see. We shall see. Estacada School District is closed for tomorrow. Gresham Barlow is closed. Corbett closed. Centennial closed. Reynolds and Riverdale both closed. International Air and Hospitality Academy, one of my all-time favorite sponsors, a long time working in radio. They are on a 2.5 hour late. Check after 5 a.m. Mount Hood Community College open at 10 a.m. That's hilarious. When I went to Mount Hood, it would never close. I always had to drive out there, go to school, watch it snow, and then slug all the way back to Beaverton or go to work in Portland. Just wish we would have closed for one day. Aunt Nancy, the first aunt of the AMS, wants to know, are the roads just slushy?
Right here, McLaughlin 9090 northbound, just coming into Milwaukee, about to approach Park Avenue, which is the south end of the Orange Line Max. It's slushy, but it's kind of icy underneath. It's hard to tell. I've got a Subaru right on my tail, and I don't want to test any of this. But, well, here, I'm on a downhill, and I'm approaching a red light. So Let's see what happens.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, I can actually stop pretty abruptly. Seems to be all right. It's slushy, maybe a little bit of ice underneath here and there, but it's not too bad at the moment. That's going to change once this clears out and the temperature starts to drop.
That's true. It looks like the moisture is now just coming into the backside of it, central Washington County. So Banks and Forest Grove will get out of it. Hillsborough, Beaverton, Tigard, King City, Tualatin next. Looks like downtown in the next hour will be out of the snow, and then everything kind of clears up after that. How's that last hill treating you?
Not too bad. Haven't had to touch my brakes. I'm just sort of coasting in second gear and letting the engine hold me back here.
Right. By the way, I love the TriMet facility to the left. I don't know what why they call that art, but apparently it looks pretty.
This bridge up here?
Yeah.
The Kellogg Bridge. I guess that's what they call it, Kellogg Bridge.
I did not know that. There we go.
That's the Max line heading from Park Avenue into downtown Milwaukee. On my right-hand side is Kellogg Lake. And
I got it.
It kind of parallels the railroad here.
Yes, Vancouver is close to Susan Smith. We just went over that. That's the only thing that we've heard. Still have not heard anything from the big three, Portland, Beaverton, Tigard, Tualatin.
All right, McLaughlin 99E coming right into downtown Milwaukee right now. And, yeah, the roads are slushy. A little bit of snow built up in the middle of the road, but it looks like it's about an inch. I think uniformly, this whole area has had about 1 inch, maybe a little bit more. It's kind of hard to tell from in the car.
Awesome.
Some footprints over there in the snow. It looks like, yeah, about an inch, maybe a little bit more than an inch, inch and a half.
Okay. Hey, Brian Berger, who just jumped on. Hi, my friend. Do me a favor. Find out how much snow you have. I want to come to you, have you pop on live here in just 1 second. I want to get a total what you have on top of the hill there in West Lynn. I want to see how much elevation is, kind of driving this whole thing. Is traffic picking up at all? Is it still pretty light out there?
There's a few cars. I'd say closer to downtown I get, the more traffic I see.
Okay. That makes sense. We'll hang out with you until you get up toward that Jack in the Box and get over the I'm just drawing a blank on the name of the bridge. The Ross Island Bridge, and then I'll cut you loose. And we appreciate you doing this for us. This has been actually really, really cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next time we'll have to do dueling cars. I'll have to be in one, you be in another. See how much we can drive people crazy by trying to figure out where we're all going. Snow pretty heavy, it looks like.
Yeah, it's getting a little bit heavier. I'd say it's picking up a bit.
Okay. Which would make sense. That's definitely that deformation band. Brian Bushlock wants to know you'll be coming up on the left-hand side if the Acropolis is open tonight.
Yes, the Acropolis will be on the left-hand side here shortly.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they do not allow left turns off of McLaughlin into the Acropolis, so I will not be turning into there. But
yeah,
you can
just let me know if the light. If the light is on, just let me know. That will satisfy Brian's request to know if they are open.
I do see a blinking red sign up ahead there. That might be on the pot shop. All right, it's just over here on the left-hand side, right over there. It looks like their outdoor lights are on, but their sign is not.
Interesting. Okay. Safety first.
Safety first. Got to keep those girls safe. Don't want them crashing their cars on their way into work.
That was very true. We do not. Carrie,
All
I'm
right,
so
well,
sorry that you're
jailed.
jailed. All right, sounds good. I really appreciate it. We will let you go here, and I will chat with you in just a little bit.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you.